Welcome everyone to another episode of the Definitive Crusade. I am your host, joining Machine Hughes, and joining me this time to make the most perfect of dynamic duos, it is Freya.
Hey!
If you were a dynamic duo character, Freya, whom would you be?
Dynamic duo character?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Honestly, even though I hate him, I'd probably be Jason Todd because I don't really like. Maybe that's why I dislike him so much.
Okay, cool. Let's see, who could I go for? Who would I be, do you think? I suppose I've got the long hair for like 80s Nightwing, haven't I? I suppose. But I'm a little bit older than that, so it's a puzzler. It's a puzzler for sure. All right, so between the two of us, we have got a plethora of books to look at. So for the people who are missing on the pod, it's Tracy and Josh. We're having a look at your books, and you've got Scott free. So it only seems fair that next time around, Freya, I think we should pick their books for them. What do you think?
I agree. Who do you want to pick for? Because Tracy and I seem to have similar tastes. So it's
in that case, I'll pick for Tracy.
Okay.
And then you can pick for Josh.
All right, sounds good.
All right. I might pick Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow, Part 8.
Cool.
Of which it dropped. So, we don't have to talk about that anymore. So if you want to check out comiccrusaders.shop, check that out. There's a review on there for that last issue. Trust me, the review isn't as long or as wordy as the comic itself.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
It's a great ending, though. It's a great book.
I've seen the art of it, and I'll pass. So.
Ooh, do you not like the comic stuff going on?
Maybe it was just the panels I saw that were just the issue, but from what I saw, I'm like, I can't, not with I don't do the elongated limbs, and I don't.
Right.
It bothers me, even with manga. And like, oh, you should read this. It's so good. I'm like, they look like spider people. I can't read it. It freaks me out. I can't. So
this is why you stay away from migraines. Too many spider people.
Oh, jeez.
No, Gwen Stacy, no.
Actually, yeah, there is one. Anyway, I'm going to ignore that because whenever they have spiders, yes, that's actually why I don't read Spider-Man comics.
But Spider Island was fun for you. All right, okay. First up, then, we're going for one of the biggies. This is Strange Love Adventures #1. This was chosen by Tracy, and I know I'm being a little bit harsh. Tracy is currently in the midst of a power cut. The UK is getting, in UK and Ireland, are getting battered by our third storm at the time of recording. So Tracy's power's out. Still doesn't mean I'm not going to pick for her. Oh, I still am. All right. So this book is, as you'd expect, loads of different stories. And you've got a Harley book, you've got a Flash, Peacemaker, just because he's got a TV show now, Blue Beetle, Shazam, you've got Alfred, you've got Sergeant Rock, you've got Bats to round it off. Normally when we look at these books, we don't go through every single one. So same again, we're going to kind of pick the highlights and the lowlights, I suppose. Freya, start us off. Which story did you enjoy the most out of these?
I liked the one that with Alfred and the whole Bat family.
All right, okay, so that should be around.
It was like the
let me catch up.
Third or fourth.
Here we are.
Yeah, I liked that one because it wasn't like at least in my opinion, it wasn't really a romantic love. It was more like a familial type of a thing. Yeah. And I really liked it, but then again, who doesn't like Alfred?
So yeah, let's give some credits before we dive into this. Is written by Devin Grayson, who you might remember for all you old-timer fans out there. Devin Grayson was a scribe on Nightwing for a while. You've got Roger Robinson as artist, you've got Tony Avina as colorist, and you've got Pat Brosseau as letterer. So there you go. credit where credit is due and all that.
Yeah.
So there you go.
I like the story because it shows him and like Bruce growing up and that whole thing, and then it shows Bruce bringing Dick Grayson home, and then Jason Todd, and then Tim and everyone, and then Duke just showing up.
Yeah.
So like, you know, and like I said, it's more of a familial love, the actual like romantic one, and I love how Dick Grayson gives Alfred a Mother's Day card.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
yeah, it was, there you go. Bottom panel
cute.
there. Check it out.
I
Happy
thought
Mother's
it was
Day.
cute. I thought it was cute. I like that story. It was my favorite. But yeah. So, because yeah, there are different types of love. There's familial, and then there's romantic, and then there's love like friendship type love, and you know, and I appreciate that they had, you know, that in there. So it was nice. I thought it was cute.
Who's this person?
I have no idea. I thought it was Barbara, but then wait, no, Barbara's in the wheelchair. Is that supposed to be?
It can't be Kate Kane, can it? Because she's got long hair and Kate's supposed to have short red hair.
She might be wearing a wig.
Is it Daphne from Scooby-Doo? Have you...
I don't know. Maybe we need some Shaggy in there.
Raggy.
I thought it was supposed to be Cassandra for some reason. I don't know. I don't know, because she's a redhead, and I was like, okay, so who all is in here and who's missing?
Well, so that is this supposed to be Cass?
Yeah, I don't know.
Behind Barbara. So if that's Cass,
and then that's supposed to be.
Is that supposed to be Steph?
Stephanie, Cass, I think, but she's not blonde, so I'm confused.
Yeah. So
I'm like, did they just run out of the yellow color using it for Duke's shirt, or did? I'm thoroughly confused. You know.
Oh my God.
It is what it is. I mean, and it's kind of funny because, like, yeah, cool, Duke's in there, but where's Kate?
Yeah.
She's actually by blood related to Bruce. Where the crap? Where is she? No. I was like, okay, well, all right, we'll exclude some members, I guess. Unless that's supposed to be Kate, but that doesn't make any sense.
Because she has a short bob.
Short hair.
And because it's a wig that she...
But then where's Steph? Why would Steph be gone? And Tim's kind of leaning in like it's Steph. So I don't know.
And it's purple. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's fine.
It's still a cute story. Yeah, I don't. Maybe she dyed her hair. I don't know, but yeah.
I'm going to give a quick shout out, I think, to the Harley story. Now,
which one?
I'm not a huge Harley fan. So Harley Quinn and Lightning in a Bottle, written by Stephanie Phillips, who I absolutely love as a writer. John Samariva is the artist. Rex Lucas is colorist, and Pat Broseo is back on letters. I'm not gonna lie, it is purely for this outfit.
I love the outfit too.
Yeah,
I would totally, if I had the money, make that and go to a Comic Con dressed as her.
and then I like the end bit where she's talking with Ivy, and she's like, "Oh, I'll see what I can do." There it is. I'm like, yeah, there you go. Gotta get King. So your girlfriend happens to be Harley Quinn. She dresses like that all the time, and you want to put on more clothes? Really?
That's a little. Come on, Ivy. Also, is it just me, or did the art style change when all of a sudden it was her and Ivy?
Yeah, I think it's trying to. Excuse me. I think it's trying to recapture some of that animation form. You know, because the animated show is really popular.
Yeah, I don't get it. Nothing says love like talking about your ex with your current.
Oh, it was I don't know.
She was talking about how the whole thing at the very end, she gets a call from Mr. J, and she's like, "Okay, I'll go back to Mr. J." I'm like, "That's romantic," because I thought it was gonna be like a flash to her and Joker, but no, she's with Ivy. I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry, if I was dating someone and they pulled that crap, I'd be like, "Why are you talking about how you had a rebound with freaking Black Adam and then went directly back to Joker?"
I think they're talking more about like bad first dates, aren't they? So, you know,
but it's not even a first date. Like Ivy says, it's just a weird bad fan fiction that has her ending up crawling back to her ex-boyfriend again.
Yeah, well, who can tell the crazy mind of those two? Quick question. This is the Blue Beetle book. I'll give you the stats in a minute. Jaime is looking for Jessica. Is that Jessica Cruz, or is that supposed to be a different Jessica?
I really hope it's not supposed to be Jessica Cruz, because
I hope it's not either.
Because first of all, I still think that's predatorial, because I'm pretty sure she's in her 20s and he's a teenager.
Well, last time in the Justice League Odyssey book, there was ideas that, and even in the Green Lanterns book, there was even ideas that Jess was kind of open to alternative lifestyles. She hit on Starfire, almost hit on her once.
Yeah, but alternative lifestyle does not equal pedophile.
Agreed.
So her going out with a 16-year-old is still creepy.
Well, to be honest, the character looks older by far anyway. If it's not Jessica and it's a different Jessica, then
yeah, but at least they look like teenagers together. Granted, he looks like a 13-year-old. But yeah, I don't know.
It's like Tim going out with Huntress.
Right. No,
not Tim. To the one, Damien. There you go. So
yeah,
Blue Beetle, Ritual of Love was written by, Andrew Marino. I wonder if he's any relation to Dan. Football thing, sorry. Is that Pablo M. Collar is the artist, D. Cunliffe is colorist, and Josh Reed is on letters. Other than that, these things are always serviceable, I always think. It's like, yeah, they're always a little bit quirky, a little bit fun. It's like, Problem I've got with it is the cost of the damn thing. Was it like $10, $9, something like that for this?
Yeah, no.
I'm all for quirky, but I'm not going to buy a book that's got a Peacemaker storyline in it.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
I don't care about Sergeant Rock that much. I just.
No.
I know that we say there's too much Bat in the minute, and we agree with that wholeheartedly. But surely to God, there's got to be other characters that can use, right?
Aquaman, Mera could have been in there.
Good shout. Like
or Aquaman and Dolphin could have been in there.
Like that one as well.
They could have had Superman and his whatever boyfriend in there.
Well, he makes an appearance later on, doesn't he? So yeah.
I don't even know the dude's name. It could have had Aqualad and his boyfriend, whoever his name is.
We could have had Batwoman and Renee. Batwoman in question.
Could have had. Well, if we were trying to get away from the Bat members, we could have had the Flash and Iris, or
which Flash and Iris are in this.
Well, that was more the Gorilla Grodd thing, though. I completely forgot about that story because I hated it too.
Fair enough. But Hawkman, you could have had the Hawks.
Yeah, could have had the Hawks. Could have had Shazam and Stargirl. What's her name? Billy Batson and her. That's cute. Shazam and her is predatorial looking, but he is still actually 16. But them going on a date would have been cute. I
just think
there's a lot of couples that aren't part of the big three.
Yeah, definitely. You could have had, if you talk about not just relationship love, and you talk about familial love, you could have had Power Girl and Huntress from Earth 2.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of different ways it could have gone. They're happy to use Power Girl in a throwaway book like One Star Squadron or whatever it's called, but they're not going to use it for something else. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So there you go. If you're a big fan of the character.
Comment. Supergirl and Comet.
Yeah, why not? Yeah,
sorry. I just popped my head. Sorry.
It's fine. For those that have no idea what we're talking about, you need to go and check out Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. They'll all explain in there. And spoilers, crypto's safe.
Yay!
There you go. There's always an upshot. Always an upshot. Right. So, next up, is, I think it's your choice, is it not? Is it The Flash? Was that your call?
Yeah. I was going to choose the one that Tracy chose, but she had already picked it, and I was like, ah, okay, what do I have? I was like, there's Flash it is, because I'm not reading Aqualad again.
Well, for those Aqua fans out there, when this pod hits, the new series Aquamen will have hit the stores. You never know. You never know. We might pick it for Josh or Tracy.
Yeah, I'll take a look and see.
All right, so there you go. Interesting cover. I quite like this cover. I think Eclipso is one of the characters that gets a pretty much a rough deal every now and again. But so this is written by Jeremy Assams, art by Fernando Passerin, Matt Ryan, and Brent Peebles. Colors Jeremiah Skipper, Peter Patanzis, and Jeremy Cox. Letters are by Rob Lee. Now, for me, I don't know about you, Freyja, but every time I see a book with a committee of artists or colorers or writers, my interest level or my expectation level goes because I think, why does it take 3 people to do one person's job? Anyway, talk to us about the Flash. What's going on?
All right, so children are being kidnapped because, of course, they are, and it's not just any kids, but it's Wally's twins, Jay and Iris, because apparently he didn't like Barry enough to name his child after him, but Jay did. Jay made the cut. So, yeah, so they've been kidnapped, and I don't know why they even bother calling the cops. And earlier, I guess they didn't have their powers. And I'm not too. I didn't know Jay's powers hurt him.
No, that's a new thing to me.
So I was like, okay, that must have been really difficult as a baby, you know. Unless I got them later, but I'm pretty sure they were born with them. But
well, this is the thing with Wally, because he was missing for so long, and because he came back as part of the rebirth event. I was reading this book, and I'm completely surprised the kids are there. Because last time I read a Wally book, it was nowhere near his girlfriend. They weren't together.
She didn't even know who he was. Yeah,
exactly. So I must have missed something along the lines where his whole backstory has been retro put in, or re-put back in. But yeah, when did that happen?
I have no idea. It's just, I thought this was Barry at first. Then they're like Wally. I'm like, Wally.
Yeah.
Okay, what's going on? You know.
But there's another redhead in purple. Maybe she's the girl on the family portrait.
And then their mom barely noticed that they're missing. So, you know, grade A parenting right there. You know, and she has the Speed Force, I guess. Which, okay, but I don't know. If I had gone back and read everything, maybe I'd know what the crap's going on. But yeah, I agree with you. I'm like, when did his kids come into play? Are they just in the future now? Is this a future state book? Like, because even in the future state, I don't think his kids were around, were they?
No. I see, this is the whole thing. I thought Wally had been disavowed from the Speed Force after Heroes in Crisis.
Yeah, I don't.
I will admit, I'll put my hands up. The Flash is not. You know how Tracy's pet hate is Green Lanterns?
Mm-hmm.
The Flash is my pet hate. I'm like, you know what? I like things a little bit simpler. Either like Barry, or I like Wally, or I like Jay. Mm-hmm. Throw them all together. It's like, you know what? What's the point of the story? Because you can just, you know.
You have a million speedsters anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. I mean, the artwork's, I don't know. Everyone's redheaded in this one, and I'm like, yeah, we need more gingers. But oh my gosh, I was confusing Iris with Bear Girl or Animal Girl. I can't remember her name.
I'll do. Animal Girl is used. Are these characters, Etrigan and Detective Chimp, are they supposed to be Eclipsoed at this point?
Yeah.
Well, then where's the diagonal Eclipso face that goes with that?
I don't know, because I was confused too. I'm like, wait, what is... And they did clips. I'm like, what is going on? I just, yeah, they're getting attacked, but I'm like, so they're being mind controlled, right? Right? But I don't know. They don't have the.
I read this
book,
twice.
man.
I'm still no further forward.
I'm like, I mean, if I really cared enough, I'd go back and reread it. And you go, everyone's probably like, oh, you guys need to read all of them. Guess what? I don't have time to go back and read every single comic that comes out from DC every time we do this. So, and here's another thing. I'm like, I shouldn't have to read. What issue is this? 779. How is someone supposed to be interested in comics if they have to read all the way back to 700 and something, because that's kind of because like we said, why is Wally's kids here now? What is going on? And I think that you really kind of gets rid of like someone who wants to be interested in it, but then they pick it up and they're like, okay, well, it feels like I just stepped into like the middle of a 12 series novel, like freaking Game of Thrones, and picked up the middle book and don't know what's going on. And they tell you, oh, you have to read all of like 6 other books or something to know what's going on, and they're thick books.
Well,
it kind of turns you off from comics because you're like, you can't just jump in,
And this is a great point you make, because DC, as well as my grade, we know for a fact that they plot their stories for trade paperback.
Yeah.
Gone are the single issue stories or the 2-issue stories. In their place, you've got these 4 to 6 issue melodramas that go on for maybe an issue too long.
And then they're on the other books, like read Nightwing 5 if you want to know what's going on and what they're talking about. Detective Comics 315. Like I shouldn't have to read Nightwing to know what's going on in Detective Comics. I shouldn't have to read Supergirl to know what's going on in Detective Comics and why Supergirl's in freaking Gotham City. I know they want to do like this whole connected universe and blah 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 blah, but you kill off, like I said, the person who wants to pick it up, because then they feel overwhelmed.
All right then. So let me ask you a question. Let me get rid of this for 2 seconds. Let me ask you a question, because one of the things I've thought about in the past, what would make a little bit more sense, because we have the multiverse. Would you prefer to have a DC universe as connected as it is right now, or would you prefer to have Batman and his gang on Bat Earth, and then you'd have Superman on a Superman Earth, and there'd be like a kind of nexus point where the Justice League would meet up?
So,
or do you you'd have like separate worlds for them? Because if you think about it logically, there's no reason why there should be crime in Gotham City, because Superman would be able to sort it out.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
But if Superman was on a different planet, like a different Earth, then it's up to Batman, and Batman has to do his thing.
To be perfectly honest, even with just the Flash existing, there wouldn't be any crime because in Gotham City, because most of like Gotham's villains are not like aliens and stuff. They are people who are homicidal maniacs. Like they're normal people that they're like.
There's very few superpowered bat villains. Absolutely. Yeah, like Man-Bat's probably one. Clayface, the Matt Hagen Clayface, not the original Karloff one.
Killer Croc, I guess.
Yeah,
kind of, but he's more of like
just strong.
Experiment gone bad. And I can't even count Bane because that's just a roided up dude. Like.
It's like Captain America, but gone bad.
Yeah, I was like, we have that with drug rage. Those people are freakishly strong when they're in their, But and that's the thing. I'm like, Superman's overkill because all he'd have to do is just pick them up and then carry them to Arkham, And the Flash could do the same thing, just speed on through, grab them, and run through. So I would, I'm fine with them doing what they kind of did in the 1940s and stuff. Is that they exist, but they don't really come into each other's books. And the only time they really come into each other's books is in Justice League or something. And then they treat it not like a job, but they go, okay, we have issues going on in the ocean. Who's good with like ocean stuff? And obviously they send Aquaman. Oh, there's aliens. Who's good with aliens? Okay, we'll send Wonder Woman and Superman because Batman should not be fighting aliens because he's just a normal dude. Oh, we have some people robbing a bank or a homicidal maniac, and there's a murder and we need to figure out who did it. Send Batman because that's Batman's job. Batman, because sending Wonder Woman and freaking Superman to collect bank robbers is just overkill and kind of stupid and not fun to read.
So what you're asking for is pretty much like a Justice League Impossible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Someone has to steal a knock list. Let's send in Batman.
Yeah, everyone has their, things, and aliens like, Green Lantern. Honestly, I don't think Green Lantern should be on Earth at all.
No, there's too many Earth Green Lanterns. We talk about too many Earth Bat books, but there's too many. I mean, you've got Kyle, you've got Guy, you've got Jess, you've got Simon. Although, I know Jess is a Yellow Lantern kicking around right now. But you've got Hal.
Yeah.
That's six Earth Green Lanterns.
It's annoying. It's like in Star Wars, the main character is always always the freaking humanoid, and they have all these millions of different aliens. And I'm like, why don't we choose one to like do a Twi'lek or a Wookiee or something, wielding a lightsaber? I mean,
I suppose the closest you get is Ahsoka, right?
Yeah, it's just. I'm fine with reading a comic about an alien, and I don't mean an alien that's human, just a different color.
Right.
Like purple. I want full-on bug face man, or sorry, I'm bringing up Marvel, freaking horse Thor, I can't remember his name.
Beta Ray Bill.
Yeah, and stuff like that, because there is no reason for a Green Lantern to be a human.
Okay.
I'd rather read about freaking the Green Lantern that's a planet, or Dexstar. I would love to have,
Just think a Dexstar crypto team up.
Yeah.
I would go along with that. For anyone who's an old timer like me, there is a book called back in the late 80s, or probably early 80s, to be honest, Tale of the Green Lantern Corps, and you had all sorts of different Green Lanterns with a feature. It wasn't just Hal Jordan, although he was kicking around there as well. There you go. But I agree with you. I think Green Lanterns have kind of lost their sheen a little bit. So let's have some more genuine alien characters. Right, before we move on to the last two books, it's time for our break. So, Freya, you have a choice. You have the Jank Think Tank, you've got the Old Timers, and you've got Crisis in the Toyverse. Which would you like?
Let's do Think Tank.
Jank Think Tank, here it comes. There you go, the Jank Think Tank with Josh and Matthew taking everything that is Magic the Gathering, including gameplay, deck pack openings, and if I've said any of that jargon wrong, sue me because I don't play the game. What can I say? All right, next up, who chose this? Josh.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Oh, son of a gun. It is Detective Comics. Sorry, slip of the tongue there. It's 1053. Written by Mariko Tamaki, art by Max Rayner, colors by Luis Guerrero, and letters by Ariana Meyer. For those that are being super eagle-eyed, you can see on there there's got the Batman is out on March the 4th. All you Batman fans, especially in the UK, March the 1st, sees the Batman complete Blu-ray. You remember the series from the 90s that came out?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's coming to Blu-ray. It should be out stateside already, you lucky people. I hate you all. I don't. I'm only joking. I
Oh.
can wait. I can wait till the 1st of March.
Yeah, it's
I'll
not
do
that
for
long.
last week. Yeah, cool. And I have tickets to see the Batman on the 4th of March. So, so we've got that going on. Right, Freya, what did you think about this? I'll start off. Can I just say the covers for Detective Comics at the minute have been bang on. They've been absolutely gorgeous, haven't they? Yeah.
They're awesome. I really like this cover.
But do not judge a book by its cover.
Nope.
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 Right, so we're going to have a game of Where's Wally? But instead of Wally, because he was over in the last book, we're going to go with Where's Batman? Right? Are you ready? If you see him, say. No.
No.
Nope.
Nope.
We can do this all day.
Nope. It's like a drinking game where you don't get drunk.
Yeah, drink when you see him.
You're gonna be sober.
No. Oh my god.
This should have been Nightwing.
Should have been something. All right. So, what do you think of this book?
So the art.
The colors are nice.
The colors are nice. The colors are very nice. I'm a sucker for the green and purple. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I like that.
Do you remember when the Riddler's malls used to wear that, like a green and purple type thing? Very good.
Back in the day.
Lex Luthor power suits, isn't it, a little bit as well?
Yeah, I was like, is this a weird Joker thing again? Because of that guy. I was like,
no more
Joker, please. Also, doing the power suit, and he's using an axe to assassinate someone. Like, seriously.
And he's using the blunt end of an axe.
It's so terrible.
Axe not work.
No. Oh, jeez. How close does he have to be for her leg to, like, reach all the way up to his face?
I want to know how long her left leg is, because that is a really long leg.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, God. So, do you want me to go first, or you should go
first? You.
Yeah, so...
Great picture of Cass there, though.
Yeah, I love Spoiler and Steph's outfits. I always like their designs. I like... everything about it. Babs is looking fantastic, if I do say so myself. She is very, very attractive. I don't know what they're getting at with, like, the Harley thing. Like, they're like, she's trying too hard. I'm like, is that not Harley then? Who the crap is that? Okay, whatever. And, sorry, on page, like, was it 13, 12? When Dick's walking around as a janitor.
There you go.
I was like, damn, ladies, that's sexual harassment right there. I'm like, come on. You can't tell me if that was Barbara and those were two male doctors that people would be up in arms because we called her, hey, cutie. Yeah. I'm like, stop making Dick Grayson, the sexual object for men. Like, I like this Grayson, so it bothers me. They do it so much. I mean, they have him to go to stripper pole. They have him do, like, the female, butt shots all the time. And I was like, they have, like, these female doctors sexually harassing him, and they don't even know his freaking name. Come on, stop it.
To be fair, for the sake of counter argument, some people would say that women have to put up with that a lot in their day-to-day anyway. So this is just turning the tables to show the same scenario but with different people.
Okay, so that's bullshit. So,
I didn't write the book, so I'm not going to take offense at it.
So because, a woman gets, sexually assaulted, she goes out and sexually assaults men because someone did it to her one time, even though these people have, nothing to do with that. Does that make it okay? As a child, because even as children, we go, just because someone hits you doesn't make it okay to hit them. So we can't even, behave like adults. Oh, someone hit you, so it gives me the right to hit someone else. You
If
know,
someone hits you, you have the right to hit them back.
yeah, you have a right to defend yourself. You don't have the right to go to somebody else who just so happens to share the same, gender as them and to beat them up. That's the dumbest thinking and thought process I have ever heard. I'm like,
I'm
you have the
just
thought
saying.
process of an elementary school child that we have to teach not to do that because it's wrong and it's not okay. You need to make yourself better than those people. You don't lower yourself to that level. Okay, because
Hey, I'm just giving you a counter argument. I'm not necessarily.
I get it, but now you riled me up. So this is what's going to happen.
Oh,
So
no.
because guess what? Maybe that guy's acting that way because he was assaulted by a female, and so now he gets to assault females by that logic. So it goes round and around and around. It's just like when people say revenge, it just causes more problems because then it's just a never-ending cycle of like, well, 200 years ago, your ancestor hurt my ancestor, so I'm going to hurt you. And then 300 years after that, well, your ancestor did this to my ancestor 300 years ago because 200 years before that, so blah, 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 blah. Like, grow up.
And that's how Babylon 5, and that's how Babylon 5 began. All right.
Yeah. And this is how things you never progress. And this is how things stay shitty.
I'm just saying.
Sorry. Anyway, moving on to Nightwing Detective Comics.
Huntress. We've got some Huntress love going on.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
kind of
look like the Huntress.
I was like, I thought for some reason it was Selena, but then I was like, nah, it's not Selena.
I'm glad they said Huntress in the thing, in the dialogue, or else I would never have taken a guess. It's like watching, it's like looking at a picture of, you'll have seen them on Twitter. There'll be a picture of a half-naked woman or a half-naked bloke, and then underneath it'll tell you which character it is, because you just don't know. It could be anyone.
Yeah.
There was a picture of a blonde in white negligee, and I was like, what? And it told me it was Emma Frost. I was like, well, it could be Emma Frost, it could be Sue Storm, it could be anyone. Any blonde, could have been Power Girl, it could have been any blonde character. Yeah, and I was like, I just couldn't tell. And this panel, I agree.
But everyone draws the faces differently. Or they draw everyone's face the same. Love that too, when all the females have the same face. Like, oh my gosh. But yeah, I didn't know who that was. Like I said, I thought it was Selena for a second. I'm like, well, no, that wouldn't be Selena. Why is it? What? And then they're like, Huntress. Like, okay.
Then the hairstyle changes.
Oh yeah, I know you noticed that too.
Yeah, clever.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, then. All right. Well, okay.
Where's the breeze coming from for this bit here, this panel here, to cause that quiff?
Well, what do they call it? It's Japanese. There's characters that have that little cowlick.
All right.
It's called like the idiot cowlick or something like that. It's ridiculous. So anyway, but yeah, Dick Grayson. I don't get it. And also, why is everyone just kind of chilling down in Oracle's little bat cave in their suits? I will give it though. Steph is looking fantastic. I love Steph. I was getting distracted by the female characters.
Yeah, Steph looks great.
I love that costume. I love it. And oh my gosh,
Steph ages. You talk about Dick Grayson getting some sort of, but like in the Batgirl's book, she's really young.
She's the Bat family's Mary Marvel. Like yeah.
The thing with Mary Marvel, you talk about predatory in the past, but when I see pictures of Mary Marvel, especially when she's in the Black Adam guys or ISIS guys, I suppose, drawn uber sexy.
Yeah,
you got to think. Well, hold on a second. Remember, she's only a 9-year-old girl.
It's creepy, and
it's I'm like, I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. But
there are certain reasons why I don't read Shazam books. Let me just put it that way. And it's also the same reason why I don't like watching movies that have child romances in it. Because I'm like, this is really creepy when you think about it. Because I was like, because you're literally watching kids kiss. And I'm like, gross.
Yeah. Okay, so
Psycho Pirate, yeah.
yay. So after the initial act of Detective Comics, you get a second story, lucky people, House of Gotham by Matthew Rosenberg, who's one of the co-writers of the DC Vampires book. You've got Fernando Blanco as art, Georgie Belair on colours. We always love Georgie Belair. And Rob Lee is on the letters. And because I'm behind on Detective Comics, I can quite simply say very easily in this second story, I have absolutely no idea what the hell's going on other than Bane's in it. And even Bane looks, I mean, it just looks wrong. I mean, he's got that elongated look going on. His shoulders look twice as big as they should be. And I know that Bane's supposed to be exaggerated, but can we not? I mean, look, this bit, he's got like some sort of wrestling belly going on there. He's got these big broad shoulders. He's got a tiny pinhead. It's like, come on, get your perspectives in order, please. Am I wrong?
Yeah. It's his torso's really long, and then he has a little. I don't. I sometimes with Bane, I kind of like give them a pass because he's always just weird looking, no matter who's drawing him. For some reason, he's just
his belt buckle's
really
not
weird.
in the middle.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like a really daft thing for me to notice. I mean, I don't mind. I don't mind over exaggeration. I really don't, especially when you've got a character like Bane. There are elements that should be over exaggerated. But this panel here, it's just bonkers. The body shapes change already from the previous page.
He looks very clumpy. Like
how's this arm so long, and yet this arm is so short?
Well, they would say it's because of perspective, but I don't know. Because perspective. It looks like it's a good couple inches shorter than the other arm.
It's this bit. It's this bit. He needs to do something here. If he takes this shoulder back a little bit, you'll be fine. But you can't take that shoulder back because then that one would have to come.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just this whole thing. I don't. Who is this kid? Why are they busting him out? Bane is just so.
I like the colors. I like the tension of the red.
Yeah, I like how everything's in red and there's random little fires. But yeah, I do enjoy this. I don't know where Zaz came from or why he came from. Like I said, I don't get what's going on. I don't know why they would even bother. I don't know why Zaz is doing this. I don't even know why Zaz is there. Why is there a kid in jail with full-grown adults? Like, shouldn't he be in juvie until he turns 18?
Well, you know what? It's maybe on us. Maybe we should go back and read the issues, eh?
No. Not for side stories. Thank you very much. I have a hard enough time with regular stories. But yeah, no.
You make me laugh.
I'm happy to oblige.
Right, okay, so moving on sharply. I think we can both agree that we've saved the best to last.
No, but we can agree to this. The best, really? The best? Okay.
Out of the four that we've looked at.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
There we go. Nightwing. This is Nightwing number 89. It's written by Tom Taylor, art by Bruno Redondo, colors by Adriana Lucas, and letters by Wes Abbott. All right, so this was my pick.
Yeah.
I have to say that I think Nightwing is the most consistently good DC book at the minute.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. It's lighthearted. I think it's a breath of fresh air for the Dick Grayson character. There's no more. I know people think that to do a Dick Grayson story, you've got to be all angsty about, oh, I'm not as good as Batman, or I'm never going to be this. This is a different Dick. This is he's okay in the skin that he's in. He's happy where he is. He's got a great relationship going with Barbara. So there's none of that angsty stuff going on. And I quite like that for a change.
Yeah.
You know, it gets boring being, oh, I'm never going to be as good as Batman. And it's like, well, you're just different. Love this story, this little prologue bit about trying to find John Kent when he got lost when he was flying. Love the ongoing lollipop joke all the way through the first bit. The art's really clean, crisp. Right? It's funny. Even in the Strange Love book, Strange Adventures in Love, they were afraid to show Ivy and Harley and Ivy kissing, and yet they have no such qualms in this book between John and his boyfriend. I'm pleased that they don't. I think fine, show it, because you know they're in a relationship. Go for it. This idea with Dick and the staff that he throws at Keelix, again, really well done. I loved the Teen Titans Go pajama set there. I bet Josh has got one of those, definitely. And then those Batman pants.
Let's be real. I have one of those.
Go Teen Titans.
Go.
It's a good setup, and the key to the book, it makes me want to go out and buy the Superman book to find out what happens. So, job done, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. What did you think?
So I'm glad John's back in the cape. Like,
Yeah.
I think there was a time when he wasn't wearing the cape, and I don't. Sorry, I know capes, you know, no capes, whatever, but it just looks weird to me when they're not wearing a cape. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. But I like it with the cape. This kind of felt more. I mean, it's a crossover event. It's only 2 issues, so you know, and it just solidifies once again that Dick Grayson's my favorite Robin, ex-Robin. You know, I really like him. He's very
Steph
good.
Brown.
Steph Brown for you, but not for me. But yeah, I like the when they found him, and you know, and Superman's like had to track down a couple like lost Robins before, huh? He's like, yep. You know? And I did like the joke with the lollipops and the smoke bombs and the, you know, I do like how Dick Grayson, you know, is like, hey, you want to see me juggle, kid? You know? But at this point, I'm like, is this pre-Damien and John fighting in the Batcave, or is this post the fighting in the Batcave? Because I was like, well, he should know who Batman is and not be afraid of Batman, because, you know, Dick rips off their masks. I'm like, here's the thing. His dad's Superman. He should know this person. He should know him even in the cowl. He's not like a toddler. He should know this guy at this point. But, you know, I'm like, whatever, semantics. I do like Holly, or it is, no, not Holly.
Sorry.
The Nightwing's dog. I am Haley
after the circus.
Haley. Jeez. I was closer though. I was like Holly, Haley. Yeah, close enough. I'm bad with names anyway. It takes me a good long while to remember. Johnny. I remember your name. Like, I still have trouble with Matthew's name. Like, crap, what's his name again? Sorry.
What's his name?
It's just like crap. Sorry.
Oh, even care. It says it on the screen.
Yeah. Well, it's not on the screen. I'm like, that guy. Oh, crap. Sorry. I'm getting better, Matthew, I promise. But yeah, I like I've always enjoyed the Barbara Nightwing relationship. It's always been my favorite, and it will always be my favorite. And I own a pair of Batman. Well, technically, it's Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman pajama pants. It has all their logos on it, and I have a pair of those. But yeah,
well, wait. Let me just get this right. So you've got a pair of Batman, Wonder Woman, Superman pants. You're going to go to a con dressed as Black Adam Harley.
Hey, if I like the outfit, whether I hate the character or not, I'm still going to go in the outfit.
Fair enough.
You know? But yeah, I like the story. I don't remember his boyfriend's name.
I don't remember the boyfriend's name, to be fair.
I
Apologies.
just now have Creature from the Black Lagoon in my head, and I shall refer to him as such because of his mask. He literally looks like the swamp creature from that old in the previous one where he's holding the mask.
All right, that one.
Yeah, it looks like the top half of the Creature from the Black Lagoon, you know, from like the 1940s or something. So he shall be Creature from the Black Lagoon from now on. Their relationship, I mean, it's cute, I guess. I don't know. I think my problem is that I like John and I like him as a character because I liked him in Super Sons, and his dynamic with Damien was awesome. But their relationship just seems flat and boring.
The boyfriend's name is Jay Nakamura.
Jay Nakamura. All right. Well, I'll just call him Nakamura. Nakamura, and it's not. He's just a very flat, boring character. Maybe it's because I haven't read the other issues with him in it too much, like the Superman books. But like, it just seems boring. Because Catwoman and Batman, they had that whole fighting. Will they, won't they thing? Talia is just awesome on her own, and she's kind of like she's an assassin, blah blah blah. And Lois Lane is that kick butt reporter that gets herself into trouble all the time, but she, is a fighter, and and I'm like, what does this guy do? I think he's a writer.
He's a writer. He's a writer for a paper or a website. So.
And I was like, but they haven't made him very interesting, which is my main issue. To me.
No, it's fine.
To me.
Are you getting Connor Kent vibes from this bottom panel? What do you think? Yes? No?
Yeah, a little, I guess.
Yeah, Connor Kent. Yeah.
But yeah, and I don't know. I don't get this. I like the story. I'm gonna go away from the romance and just go with. I like the story. And I'll go back to the romance. I don't understand why they inserted it in the book. It just. I guess I do because he's having a hard time. John's having a hard time, and he needs to talk to somebody. I like how they fixed his hair because I don't know, they did something with his hair earlier that I just didn't like, but I like it, and I just can't get over how boring their relationship is, because then you go and you see him with Nightwing and you're like, oh, this is so, the relationship is a lot more, interesting, and then you go back to I like that. It's hard for me to put it into words. They need to make, if they're going to do love interests that appear and appear regularly, they need to make them interesting characters. They can't have these cardboard cutout characters who are also, as some people would call them, just stereotypical, stereotypes.
That's a shout. Because I mean, you've got, if you have to remind me on this one. Bluebird. Yeah. What's her brother called? Because it begins with a C.
Boring Guy 75, because I don't remember his name. I remember Bluebird, but I remember him going to the rally, but that's it. I don't remember his name. The punchline rally thing.
Yeah.
And that's it, all I remember. And they should do more like Obsidian, like
Cullen. I knew it had something with Twilight. Cullen. Now so Cullen's been around, and we talked about this last time. It was just you and me.
Yeah.
Harper's been around since 2009, so therefore Cullen's been around for that length of time as well.
Yeah.
So it would have made more sense potentially to have Superboy or Tim, because Tim's obviously also come out of the closet recently, have a relationship with them, with Cullen, rather than have to create, as you say, a cardboard cutout facsimile of.
Yeah, I mean, heck, I mean, because how old is John now? They aged him up to like, what, 19?
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that, and they could have even had, because you know, the whole thing of like bringing these other characters that you never really see, like freaking how old is Obsidian? He can't be that old.
There's a shout, Obsidian. Yeah.
You know, because he's been gay, you know, forever, you know, and he's floating around. You know.
Well, you can't. Well, it's just a society character. He's not going to get any love anyway, is he? It's just a society.
I know. But it's like we already have these characters, and now we're just going to, you know, bring in a flat cardboard cutout. And I like I said, I would like him more, Nakamura more, if he wasn't boring. But he's just, compared to everyone else around and everyone else who has a relationship with John, it's just a boring relationship. And
it doesn't bring anything like lowest ground Superman.
It doesn't bring anything like.
Oh,
like I said, it might just be because I'm not reading the stories that have him in it mostly. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But
well, let's just play devil's advocate for just 2 seconds then, right?
Yeah.
On one hand, we both say that we want new characters.
Yeah.
So now they give us new characters, and now we're saying, we want new characters, just not that one.
Well, what I say is I want new characters with good writing.
Perfect. There you go. There's your tagline.
Yeah.
Spot on. Well done.
That's what I've always been saying. I'm like, you know, I don't care if their popularity is not going to be that good, but if they're well written, they will become popular. You know, and you know, and with the whole diversity and whatnot, we have diverse characters. It's just that because they get crappy writing, a lot of them, and others, you know, they just abandon them. Like Duke, where the crap is Duke?
That's a shout.
They just up and abandon him. Also, Gotham Girl and Gotham, you know, not diversity, but they're gone too.
Gotham Girl's coming back in Batman shortly.
Okay, yeah, but they still disappeared for how many issues? For how many months? Like, you have all these new characters. It's freaking Punchline's even gone. Yeah, like, what the crap happened to her? You know, and so it's just you gotta stick with these new characters and make them well written, because then people will like them. And then people can't say, also, don't making new characters take over the mantle of a beloved character. It's not gonna go over well. It never does, because people like, you know, the current, like the original mantle carrier.
Yeah.
And unless it makes sense, if people are not gonna like it. Like
I agree. Dick Grayson taking over from Bruce Wayne makes sense.
Makes sense. Damian taking over the mantle when he's older makes sense.
Tim, makes sense.
Even
Jace makes no sense.
No, he just came out of nowhere.
So,
like, he existed in the 70s, but like.
Yeah, I know. I have his first appearance. All right. Yeah. Okay, so there you go. That's it for this show. Before you get the usual ad for Josh and Tracy, if you're listening to this, these are the books that we may choose from. We've got Aquaman Green Arrow Deep Target number 5. Everyone hated that book when it came out. We've got Aquaman number 1. We've also got Blue and Gold, Catwoman, DC Horror Presents The Soul Plumber.
Soul Plumber. That got my attention.
Teen Titans Academy number 12.
Ooh.
So I think that says Josh all over it.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, just saying. All right, that's it for another episode of the Definitive Crusade. Freya, thank you so much.
Oh, no problem.
I'm loving your heart tree behind you there. That's
cool.
Thanks.
Cool.
Don't forget to check out the UCPM for all your favorite shows, including the Jank Think Tank, the Old Timers Comic Book Show, and of course our sister show, all about migraine and the migraine cinematic universe. That's the Nobel Prize podcast. There you go. Excellent. Freya, been a blast. Really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
No problem.
This is Join the Machine Hughes. Adios.
Bye.